now I'm in this bitch. What the fuck is up? Woo! It's Mississippi hot out here. Fucking summertime, I will be hot, man. It's hot as fuck out here. Um, but that's okay though, cause I would rather appreciate this warm weather because it'll be gone before we know it, and then it's gonna be cold as fuck, icy as fuck. Like wintertime around here ain't no good, no fun. I used to want to live in California, but fuck California. And then I shift my perspective to Arizona. I went to Phoenix, Arizona for work some years back. Man, this is probably like 7, 8 years ago, almost 8 years ago, and fell in love with Phoenix, Arizona. Beautiful place, but politically and socially, there's just some dangers and stuff about Arizona that, especially right now, considering the political climate, it just don't sound like a real good, safe place to be. Every place is potentially dangerous, but it's something about what's going on right now that I'm glad that I never moved to Phoenix. Damn sure glad that I never moved to California. Fuck California. The gun laws and shit over there are fucking ridiculous. The motherfuckers that ruin paradise with their bullshit over there is crazy. But I'm gonna do this short live stream. I want to rant a little bit and kick some shit, some real fucking talk about unreasonable expectations that people have about society and about how things go, and then how the unrealistic, nonsensical expectations lead to a lot of crying, boo-hooing, complaining, politically posturing, and all type of shit. When where you started from, square one, was already an error. To expect that a grown-ass man be honored for his sense of duty to protect himself first and foremost, because a cop will even tell you, first thing he worry about is getting home. This is what they say so much that it becomes cliche, that they all say it proudly, that this is their prime objective, not to serve and protect you, not to die for the truth or the freedom, but to make it home at the end of the day, completely removing themselves from the idea of moral accountability and responsibility for the things that they choose to do as a grown-ass fucking man making these fucking choices. Why you want me to respect you? But then I'm going to assume that all of the things that you do, right or wrong, are things that you are, number one, aware of. Number two, you're willing to face the consequences and repercussions, positive or negative, to what it is that you motherfucking do. So if you got a job in law enforcement, and that means that you have inherently violated U.S. Title 18, Section 241 and 242, there's going to be no room for you to say that you were just doing your job, because you should have been smarter than that, and you wanted me to respect you. And what comes along with the respect that you expect to get from me is going to be the idea that you live and die by your oath of office, even if you got to do the die part. I don't care about none of that. If your oath of office gets you killed, I don't give a fuck. You didn't give a fuck when you knew what you was dealing with. You said, sir, yes, sir. I will adhere to all of these things. Defending the Constitution and all the other shit. But none of y'all defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign or domestic. Not a cop in the fucking country can say that they do stand on that part, and that part alone is enough to ruin it for all of y'all, because you are watching one state throw people in a fucking cage about weed while multiple other states refuse to do that to people, because they think the best way to get into it with the Constitution and real fucking freedom, so that grown people can just be who the fuck it is that they want to be, the best way for them to do that is to stop That's what 30-some states in this fucking country decide to do, while y'all watching the other ones go, we'll throw you in jail for that, take you from your kids, fuck your life up, fuck your employment up. You're never gonna recover from this shit. From what? From the shit that y'all watch other states refuse to fucking get involved in when they change the magical paper. The expectation that I see that and then not respond, unrealistic, You should be ashamed of yourself. Don't expect for me to witness a contradiction like that and then never say nothing. Or if I do, don't say it with too much passion, because then I might be considered angry or potentially volatile. Man, shut your stupid ass up. Your expectation is weird. Your expectation is off the mark. I'm in a fucking twilight zone when an honorable man is supposed to be protective. You respect it if he's fucking armed, if he's willing to protect himself, and then his anybody in his zone of influence, his surroundings, even a fucking stranger. If he hears duty calling, he will be the defender. That's what he's here for. That's an honorable man. And then you love that when you see it in a cop, but then you allow the average everyday man to escape these responsibilities as if none of that shit had anything to do with him. But it does though. If you're a grown ass man and you got two hands, you got that opposable thumb, and you can see well enough, it is your duty to arm yourself, to swear to not be a fucking violator or an offender. And if you do, you have to sacrifice your life. I hope that's exactly what happens to you. If you want to be a bully, you're supposed to die for that. And I don't care who you are, gun rights activist, celebrity, cop, judge, lawyer, I don't give a fuck. If you start the fight, you're supposed to lose. And if you start the fight, I hope you fucking lose. And all of the good shit you do will make it a better world if every average man felt some sense of duty or responsibility to help you do that good shit you say you're going to do. There's no other way to get a better man than to have a man do that. To say that they understand and respect the duties of a law enforcement officer in any way at all that they can help to make that protection magnified, to make it justified, to give it the power that it deserves. And what I need to do is, number one, first and foremost, swear not just to you or to a God or some shit like that, but to me and to myself and to the universe, to just never initiate force of violence upon anybody else. It takes greed as something you're trying to benefit by taking from someone, whether it be physical, monetarily, sexually, psychologically, whatever. But when you become a bully, there's something you're trying to gain or deprive somebody else of, and that no one should fucking like. You should dislike it so much that you would say that you would be willing to get involved to stop that from happening to an innocent victim that doesn't deserve it, even if you never chose to make law enforcement your employment option on this fucking tax farm that you are, because you're all cash cows on a tax farm. The cop is my brother because he is also going to have his wages fucking taxed or then used to do things that he might have actually voted against, because he didn't vote for this president that won the administration, but now this president is taking your tax money to do all of the shit that you feared that he would do, that you begged him not to do. You voted in the opposite direction to keep him from doing that, and here he is doing it to you with your money that he takes from you while you're a police officer getting your shit taxed so that they can go run off and do this shit with it. Everybody, even the cops, should agree when I say this stuff that, man, fuck them, bro. What's wrong with saying fuck them? The expectation that I will not say that is insane to me. Tired of y'all, bro. What is it that y'all thought was going to happen when you write the idea of government down on paper and then you plug into that system greedy, childish, petty, mentally disturbed, emotionally disturbed, regular ass fucking people who are no better than the people that they're policing and governing over you, not any better. At all. Actually, I think you're worse, because you're willing to take whatever it is that you bring to the table and hide behind an illusion of authority, right alongside a child dealer. Even if you're not a child dealer, I bet you work with one. If you got a government job and you're not a child dealer, I bet you work with one. I can guarantee it. Stupid. Now, and what you gonna do about it? Nothing. Pretending to be the protectors. Y'all are pussies, and I think y'all are fucking dumb, bro. Y'all are dumb. Y'all should get what y'all deserve, man. The expectation that something like the World Economic Forum, Council on Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, the WHO, the World Health Organization, they make plans for things that they want on a national scale when they work with these international ambassadors and shit like that to try to come to a greater consensus about how to govern the world, because that is what they want, a one world government. When they get together and do that stuff, and they come up with plans that calls for great change, political, economically, and otherwise, in a country, ours or anybody else's, that aren't already in tune with the progression that would allow for them to be successful in whatever it is that they plan on doing. When they come up against that, do you think that they will have these grand plans being who they are, and then they leave it up to chance that you can be uninfluenced and unbothered in an election, in your political perception, and what leaders you are going to vote into office, man, they're not going to leave none of that up to your dumb ass when they want to rule you. They're going to tell you what it is that they want, and then they also have great incentive, the power, ability, and resources to make sure that when they say they want something, they can influence you to beg for it. They can influence you to perceive the world in a particular way that makes you believe that you do have freedom, that you do have choice. But look at everybody being so scared, so disappointed in what's going on. Now, who chose for it to be like this? There, since all of this was all a manifestation of our free choice to fucking create for ourselves a country like this, because everything that's here is what it is that we wanted in the first place. There's a double-edged blade in that. Number one, they lied. You did not choose this shit directly, and they want you to feel like everything that happened is because the majority of the people wanted this, so there should be a certain level of acceptance even when it burns, even when it hurts, even when shit goes bad. There should be a level of acceptance and then no blame to them because they're only doing what it was that the people told them with their votes. All of that shit is untrue, but this is the way they want to play it, first of all. Secondly, the fact of the matter is that we are actually getting what it is that we asked for. When you allow them to be tyrannical, to break their oath of office over and over again in your face, for them to create slavery, and then the racial divide and the fucking reefer madness that they did with all the fucking racial shit that kind of drove that. And now they're legalizing the weed, and y'all let them live this contradiction. Ain't nobody fucking call them out on it, stop them or hold them accountable for being wrong for all that motherfucking time. All of y'all are fucking dumb. They did all that to us as black people, right? Minorities in general, right? And then you know what they did? This is what they did after that. I'm gonna tell you what they did after that. What they did after that was they took the same prison system and they told all of these good old American white boys that love the gun, since black people think the gun culture is for white boys. That's untrue, but that perception is there for you to feed off of it, hoping that it constantly gives them multiple angles in which to divide you, to get you to harp on different social talking points and shit, so they can sway your vote by these things when they manipulate your feelings about them, the guns and all this other shit. They can gun control the entire black community, just in this idea of black on black crime, as if that's a real thing, and it's not a real thing. No black people kill other fucking black people because they're black. It's not a racial issue when we do it. It's always about retaliation, about some shit that they even fucking made a country song about it. Try that in a small town. Y'all are talking about standing up for yourselves, even if it takes fucking violence against violence being forced onto you. How you're not going to back down, give up, or let nobody get away with that shit. You will meet them in that arena of battle. You don't give a fuck. We say the same thing to each other, and y'all say black on black crime. And I'm going, man, y'all crazy. Y'all are weird. That is not what that is. But they use the music and the movies and the racial divide to kind of get you to default position into the divide, even when you think you're only sticking up for your side or your race or whatever. All of that shit is dumb. But they use all of this stuff to get you to favor them, to at least give the appearance of all of their actions thereafter being what it was that the people wanted, and then it just so happens to feed into what it is that they said they wanted way before they had reason or means to get it, which should make y'all fucking perk up. That should look suspicious to y'all. Y'all not thinking hard enough, and everything y'all do is a knee-jerk emotional reaction to the bullshit, because y'all all sound like the divide when I hear the best of what it is that any of y'all have to say. Most of y'all. All of the sheep, when they get to talking, the best of what it is that they have to say makes them sound like the fucking TV, and I know that's where they got it from. Because all they gotta do is just think a little bit, and you'll realize that there's a little bit of truth in what it is that they try to divide you about in the news and shit, and then they manipulate your feelings. Once they get you in a genuine place, they manipulate your feelings about it so that you act like, I address the racial issue. I donate to the Black Lives Matter as a white man. Blah, 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 blah. They do that so that you go there and then you do that. And then you also break whatever trust you have when you realize that these lesbian Marxists, which is nothing wrong with them being lesbian or Marxist. I don't mind Marxists. Tell them to fucking live and die by what it is that they want, and tell them to bring their gun and then try to force that shit so we can just get it on. Because if nature's going to make us do that to each other, then let it be. I don't want that, but I also don't care, because somebody is trying to control us with violence in the back of their minds, and they really try to push the violence to the front of their tongues and your mind when they heat it up. You can hear, feel, and see the violence implied in what it is that they got going on. They like the violence. So I say we might need violence to get all of the fucking good stuff. So then I talk and act defensively violence, because they've already brought that to the table, and we're not going to get what it is that we want from people like this, and we think we're going to be able to hug them into a position of togetherness. You're not going to hug them into that. You're not. And you have to face that. And then if you really want the freedom, you have to say, I don't like the violence thing. I got out here to speak against the violence, and I think this shit is crazy. But I have discovered that violence is the only thing that's really going to make this work, because people who love the violence so much like them aren't going to back down to anything less than violence, because we've already been doing the begging, the crying, and the voting, and look where it's gotten us. All of the begging, all of the marching, and the voting has gotten us where? To this point where we're all fucking desperately wondering what's going to happen next internationally and within our own borders, while our borders are being fucking swarmed by what? Millions of people sent here to do what? Because all of that happened right here at the perfect time, while other things are being put into place to get at us in the ways that they already broadcasted years ago that they wanted. They're putting the pieces together right in front of you. That's why what we got going on with the borders happened right now and not 25 years ago. Expect it. Why didn't y'all expect for this to happen? If you know what it is that they want to do down the road, you can say, well, you're not going to be able to get that unless you do these certain things. And then when you know that, try to get ahead of them, to think ahead of them, to get at the finish line and wait for their ass. That way, when they start doing stuff, you go, yeah, you're one step closer to getting what it is that you said you wanted. And you try to make me feel like that was organic, that it just kind of happened, that it had nothing to do with you. But once you be in a position with the resources and the incentive to force things in that direction, because when you said it out loud, you meant it. When you said it out loud, you had already been thinking and planning that shit way before you made it known to us that this is what the plan is. The new world currency, the one world currency, all that other shit, one world governance, open borders, and you will own nothing and like it, and all this other weird ass shit that they say. They're not saying this stuff because it sounds cute. They're saying it because they mean it. By the time you hear it, they think that they've already won. That is the celebration dance 10 yards from the end zone because they know they're going to score. I keep saying this shit to y'all. Y'all keep acting like some motherfucker. But you know what it really is? Don't nobody know me. Nobody knows that I'm here. Nobody knows that I'm here. I get less than 5,000 subs. Not all my subs see my videos. My videos get low views. That's crazy to me. I think that if half my subs actually saw my videos and half actually shared the video, the shit will go off. But people act like they rock with you when they really don't. They act like they understand you when they really don't. And if they do, then they're scared. People don't share the shit. Y'all don't comment. Y'all don't like the shit. No, nothing. All these ghost watchers, and it ain't even that many of y'all, because I can't get 200 views on the video. The shit is crazy, and it is going to be the reason why you guys didn't have a fair chance, the best chance that you had to evaluate what's going on in this fucking country and what it is that you should or should not be doing. When you cannot hear me and people that might even talk like me, you're never going to hear them. The fact that you cannot hear me, that I got banned on Facebook hard as fuck about 4 or 5 years ago the way I did, that happened for a reason, because there's no way in hell that I could be rocking the way I'm rocking right now on Facebook with them actually maintaining faith that what it is that they plan on doing will go on without a hitch, unfettered, unbothered, unchallenged. They don't want to take the chance that something that I'm saying is going to make other people think and feel the way I do to the degree that we stand up to do something about it. So they say, well, shut him up. He can't talk like that. Get him the fuck out of here. And it's worked, because I still haven't even matched the number of eyes that was on my work in Facebook 5 years ago. I still ain't matched it in YouTube. I still haven't matched the number of odds that I can even expect that will find my work. I can't even match it. And that's in the subs, more or less, who actually watch it. The videos don't even get 200 views. So out of all of this, I can count on maybe 200 people, give or take. Some of them switch in and out or whatever. But for the most part, 200, maybe 300, 400, if I'm super lucky, on a video that has to get a share from somebody who's got a bigger YouTube channel, who also already knows me. Those are the people that fucking tap in and share. It never really goes too far like it should, and it'll be the reason why when all of this falls apart, everybody's gonna say, why didn't we see this? And if we seen it, how come we didn't do nothing? How come we didn't know a little bit more? How come we didn't talk about this more and just chew on it? Just fucking think about it. Just let that shit fester. Let it marinate in your mind. You got to think about it and then ask yourself, if you want it to not be like this, you have to start making the initiative to speak out and then possibly even do something like what I got going on with my open carry demonstrations. You have to start acting, or else you're going to start to look like, and then inside you're going to feel like you don't really mean none of that shit that you be talking about. We have to change. I should get 1 million motherfucking views per video every fucking day. My shit should go the fuck up. It's sad, man. This crazy, man. It's disappointing, man. This shit is sad, man. I don't even know what else to do. I know I can be self-promoting, but I got a hard time self-promoting. I'm not good at that stuff. I'm not. I should be better at that. People that rock with me, motherfuckers don't share the shit. And people that rock with me the most, that watch all my videos, also don't share. What chance do I have? Do you see what I'm saying? Why would I have any expectation that I'm gonna change the fucking world when the people that rock with me don't share? That's crazy, crazy. That shit crazy, bro. And it's okay, because it is gonna be what it's gonna be. I'm just happy to be here to play my part. And when I'm dead and gone, just let the fucking record reflect that somebody, yours truly, recognize what was going on. I did not like that shit, and I tried to give y'all the juice. And you will see that in a hypothetical, if you use your imagination, you will see after the fact when they are boarding you on trains, after they smash the shit, turn all the motherfucking lights off, send all our fucking military boys international into fucking conflict, and that's when they will launch the attack. Whenever they launch a third world conflict, I guarantee that America gets attacked by nuclear weapons. Some other country will be flying overhead, or they declare martial law, your government turns against you, and all of the immigrants that came here are going to help them subdue your ass. That is what I think might happen, because it sounds like something that other people have said before. I've been exposing it in my work that every time they do something to kind of help that cause, I try to point it out so I can say, see, finish line, here come the steps like I told you. And I try to point that shit out so you can see that maybe you go, what the fuck we gonna do? Wait for them to fucking accomplish to go when we see them fucking tiptoeing? Jump in, man. Speak your piece. Bring your gun. Expect a hug, but also expect a fight. Because there's no fucking way in hell they will let you subdue their plans with a vote that's real, how you organically feel yourself. Y'all don't even realize that the Council on Foreign Relations have been making plans about America from across the fucking waters and right here on American soil for all this motherfucking time. And then you think that your elections and political climate and your gun laws and all the other things that will stop them from doing what they're doing, you think is going unbothered by them when they're here? Y'all got stupid expectations. Part of it is that you don't know the things that I know. And if you do, you forget to apply these things, these ideas and the bits and pieces of knowledge and awareness that you have for this stuff. Apply it to the overall picture every time they address you about anything, so that you don't lose focus of the bigger picture. And you will realize that when you see another fucking piece of the puzzle being put into place that seems to be unrelated to the big picture, you yourself, when you making these kind of examinations in this fucking crime scene investigation that we're in, because this is a crime scene, when you do that, you will know that this over here looks unrelated, but it is related to the economy, to the military industrial complex, to the fake ass fucking money, to the fake ass fucking elections, to the Ukraine shit, to the Russia shit, to the Vatican shit, to the CIA shit, to the MK Ultra shit, to the TV and the fake news and the media and the gematria. All of it comes together. Don't it? Don't it? Don't it? Yeah, dude. Weirdos. They think y'all some dumb bitches, and they're treating you like it because they think that they can waltz all over that Constitution right in front of y'all, and no matter how many of y'all think that y'all gonna stand up for it, they think that they got it in the bag, because right when you think that they've crossed the line and now you're gonna step in, by the time it's obvious to everybody that they crossed the line, they will already have all of the other things in place waiting for you, because they think ahead but you don't. They think ahead, but you don't. It's a long plan. You don't even know what the fuck is going on tomorrow. They know where the fuck you're going to be in 5 or 10 years. Agenda 20, Agenda 2025, Agenda 2030, whatever the fuck. They got all of these different things that they tell you. This is common knowledge for you to even understand, to discover that these things are in place, on paper, in videos, in examinations, interviews with some of the people that are actually involved, and all type of shit. You can put the fucking pieces together, man. It's a crime scene investigation, and y'all are not crime scene investigators. Y'all are spectators, watching your own fucking death, watching your own murder through your phone while you're eating fucking processed snacks, acting like you're better than me, because your choice in the midst of all of this awareness that the world is going crazy, your choice is to remain unarmed and then choose a leader that will unarm me too. You're a fucking goofy. Y'all some dumb motherfuckers, and I'm tired of it. If you rock with me, cool. If you don't, fuck you. I'll see you outside. Bet you won't come out there to talk no shit to me, and if the government say lay down, you're the bitch ass motherfucker that's gonna lay down and then look at me and go, lay down, bro. I'm not gonna lay down with you. I'm not laying in the dirt until they kill me. You'll lay in the dirt to fucking kiss their feet. And you still here, alive, claiming to be free, acting like you own yourself, but you don't, though. pussy. Shut y'all dumbasses up. RPM Trey Vietnam and this bitch Wu Bang get a gun. If you want to be a bitch, don't be a bitch around me. I don't want to hear no shit talking in opposition to what it is that I'm saying, unless you're going to be articulate, quote me, show me some motherfucking proof, show me a fucking law that don't fucking back up what it is that I'm saying, especially when I say crazy shit that has escaped your awareness. When I say states have a fucking constitutional and right and obligation to challenge other states over the Constitution if they see domestic enemy to the Constitution because it's not being upheld properly in New York, California, or whatever. Iowa, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, y'all don't go over there to fight them about what it is that you know that you've declared unconstitutional because you face it over and over again and you refuse to do what they do because you said that that would be unconstitutional. You called them unconstitutional by establishing your state, Arizona, in the opposite direction of California, but you won't go over there and fight them though. That's how you failed your oath of office. Y'all are all wrong. All the cops, judges, lawyers, you're all fired. All y'all fucked up. You have fucked up. Making California weak as fuck over there. It's a coastal fucking state. Militarily, that seems like a weak spot, and it seems dumb to allow that to be the case. And look at y'all do this shit. Y'all let them weaken a fucking a coastal state like that, covering all of that fucking ground, miles of a fucking coastline that is now vulnerable to a foreign invader. That's what it looks like militarily. I know that they know what that's what it looks like. What military general claim to be such a fucking badass at what he does that don't see California as a soft spot, and they not doing nothing about it either. They some bitches, bro. They got to be stupid and not deserving of all of the praise that you give them, or they're in on it. But you can call them dumb or evil. Either way, they ass got to be fired. They got to get the fuck out of here for the incompetence, regardless of where it came from. Evil or idiocy. I don't care what it is. Evil or idiocy, it don't matter. Why you're not getting straight to it? I'm glad you left California, dude. YZ, I'm glad you left California, man. I almost moved there. I'm so glad I didn't. I hate California, man. It's paradise and they fucked it up. It's crazy that a criminal can run down on you in California and shoot you with the expectation that the rest of y'all are law-abiding citizens and ain't gonna be nobody here to stop him because he said fuck the law, but he knows that y'all are scared enough of the law to create a vulnerability about yourself that when he don't give a fuck, he can run over top of you. That's what they got going on. They like that shit, bro. I think y'all are weird as fuck. Who said something about San Joaquin? Oh, San Joaquin shouted me out yesterday again. That's awesome. I got to do another interview with him because he dope as fuck. And he told me multiple times that he thought that I was one of the smartest dudes to ever speak on this topic about gun rights, the Constitution, and the political climate and manipulation in this country. He said I'm one of the smartest dudes he ever talked to about that. And I tend to forget about him. Because I'm just always so lost, uninvolved in my own fucking self-promotion and development. I tend to forget about him and other YouTubers that have successful channels. They do great fucking work and they recognize me. And that's awesome. I need to get back with San Joaquin Valley Transparency because I did an interview with him once. I'm going to do another one again. Thanks for pointing that out to me. I'm going to have to go check his channel out to see what's going on. RPM Trey Vietnam and this bitch Wu Bang get a fucking gun. If y'all gonna be bitches, somebody's gonna fuck you. That's what it is. If you be a pussy, you gonna get fucked. That's all there is to it. You are not going to get the freedom you want unless you say we want the freedom and we're willing to fucking kill or be killed about it. Until you do that, they're not gonna take you seriously. Because everything else that you say short of that is you saying we want the freedom, but only if you give it to us, oh dear leader government. That's what they think they hear when you say anything other than, oh, we'll smoke y'all. Tell them that part. Tommy G, that's another one. Y'all go hit up Tommy G's YouTube channel. He does dope documentaries. I'm trying to get him to pay attention to me so he'll do a documentary on me. He does great research, not only about the person that he's interviewing and doing a documentary on. He does great research into the topic that these people get involved in, the state that they live in, and all of that. He's a thorough dude, very, very smart. He's got a big heart. He's one of them dudes that I know a little bit about him, his background a little bit. He is with the gun shit. He will love me because the gun shit, if you take it serious, then you have to be a special person to take it as serious as he does. And he takes it serious enough from what I've seen that when I say the stuff that I'm going to say, he's going to say, hell yeah. That's what's going to happen. Tommy G is. He going to love me when he see me. Watch. I bet you he does. It's not going to be I'm going to do an interview with this dude and then I'm going to go on about my business. He going to do an interview with me and then me and him going to be friends like this. Watch what I tell you. Go check out Tommy G's YouTube channel. Like and subscribe to his channel. Watch some of the videos and the documentaries. The dude is really good, man. I'm actually kind of jealous of the way that he does his videos and shit, because that's what I dreamed of my shit being. But I'm out here raw dogging, roughhousing, and doing myself. I'm gonna turn that jealousy into inspiration and get back to my film roots. I'm an aspiring filmmaker anyway. I want to make my shit look more like his, and I love what he does. He's a good dude. Go to his channel and spam him and tell him to check my videos out, because I seem to be a perfect fit for what it is that he does. Go tell him that. If you rock with me, why you won't go tell him that? But yeah, RPM Trade Vietnam and this bitch Wu Bang, get a gun, man. Please get a gun.